And in Kashmir, we are right. Now, if you look at the map of Pakistan, I don't have a slide per se, but I'm sure you've seen the map of Pakistan. Pakistan is around 300 odd miles wide. I'm not being very accurate here, I'm just giving you a very broad brushed figure, and about 1,200 miles long. Pakistan has frontage. Pakistan does not have the depth to fight a war as much as they would want. Now they're caught. Now the geostrategic location is very, very important, which is a result, which results in billions of dollars of inflow every year to Pakistan. It makes it one of the most important geostrategic countries in the world. But it's my own understanding, my personal understanding, that it also makes Pakistan a little bit insecure. You have this nation which is 5 to 6 times larger than you on your east. You have Afghanistan, which was traditionally unfriendly. You have Iran, which is 98% Shia or 97% Shia. So what Pakistan does is, you have the Haqqani network there, all right? So somebody will speak about the Quetta Shura, and you will have trumpets playing about the Afghan Taliban. And here this side, on the border with Iran, you'll have the Jundullah. And towards Kashmir, General Patakar has already got into great detail and told you what's happening in Kashmir. So I think strategic depth is one of the requirements of Pakistan. I'm not qualified to comment whether it's a right requirement or a wrong requirement, but there is a requirement within the military thinking, within GHQ Rawalpindi, that strategic depth is something that we must have. So, if you do not have land, then what do you have? You have zones of influence, right? So you have the Afghan Taliban controlling large areas in Afghanistan still. You have the Jundullah trying to make inroads, because that part of Iran which borders Pakistan is also Baluchistan, and there are Baluch there also. So you try to extend your zone of influence, even though the Baluchis hate them. You try something with Khalistan here, in the Punjab. And of course, Kashmir. Now, two things quickly. You have Pakistan here, which is trying to increase its zone of influence, always, because of a deep-rooted and deep-seated insecurity in its mind. And then, you will come across a lot of Pakistanis who will actually tell you that they have won all their wars against India. They will tell you this. They will tell you that we won the 71 war, but because of our own politicians, we lost it. And I have met Pakistanis who will say that we hammered you in 1965, and we smashed you in 1947-48. That war was over a year long. And देखा हमने आपके साथ कारगिल में क्या करा. And for a student of logic, and I think all of us have read mathematics, and we believe in logic, and it's very difficult for an Indian to figure out, why are these guys saying such things? Are they lying? No, they're not lying. Lying is something that you do deliberately. They actually believe. You see, they've been brought up with these lies. I said it on a TV show, and that Pakistani gentleman got very offended, and I told him that 70 साल से आपने अपनी कौम को अफीम खिला रखी है. For 70 years, you've been feeding opium. 3 generations have gone by. And this fascination for Kashmir refuses to end. It refuses to end. Because if you take away the Kashmir narrative from Pakistan, there is nothing left. It's an empty vessel. There is nothing else. Pakistan has nothing. Okay. Does Pakistan have any great brand that you've heard of? Does Pakistan export software? Is it a manufacturing hub? It does nothing. There is only Kashmir, and they're riding a tiger. Tomorrow, if Nawaz Sharif comes and he welcomes Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji at Minar-e-Pakistan, right? There will be a Kargil. Though Kargil was longer in the planning. It wasn't planned on that day, but the fact of the matter remains that Pakistani army cannot exist unless it is in conflict with India. Many of these things are common knowledge, what I'm saying today. Many of these things are common knowledge, and yet many of these things are things that I truly believe in my heart. Wrong or right, I believe them. So I'm sharing them with you. You know, it's very interesting to note here. It's very interesting to note here that General Patankar made that comment that every country has an army, and in Pakistan the army has a country. And many of you laughed, but it's true. That comment is very true, because every army has a reason to exist. The Indian Army's reason to exist is defending the country. Pakistan Army's reason to exist, or Pakistan's reason to exist, is to nurture the Pakistan Army.